Hello, in this video we will be looking at cross-database joins, a new feature in Tableau 10 that allows data tables from multiple sources to be joined as if they were tables from the same source. Before Tableau 10, the only way to join data from multiple sources within Tableau was data blending, which while useful for quick analysis, is not as robust as a full data source level join. Now, in Tableau 10, you can join multiple data tables from many different sources. First, we need to connect to a data source. Here we have a list of different departments, their budget, their manager, and the spend so far this year. Once in Tableau, we connect to this data source in the usual way through the data pane on the left-hand side of the Start menu. Selecting Excel, we select our department's spreadsheet. Once loaded into Tableau, we make sure that we have all of our tables from the different sheets of our department's spreadsheet, and here we can see we only have one sheet which has automatically been brought into the data pane in the center of the screen here. Now we need to connect to our second data source. We can do this through the Add button here in the Connections portion of the data screen. Hitting this, we can see we've got our usual data connection window here, and we're actually going to join to a Google Sheets file. The Google Sheets connector here is another new feature of Tableau 10 and very handy for those organizations who are mostly Google Docs based. So we enter our details here. We allow Tableau to access our Google Docs, and then we select the file that we want to open. Here we have our managers list, and we connect to this file. Once connected to this data source, it will appear in our connections list over here on the left-hand side of the screen. Once connected, we can switch between the two data sources by simply clicking on them like so. So now looking at our manager's data source, we can bring in our staff sheet from our Google Sheets document. And we can join in much the same way you would on a single data source, if this was a single data source. So we select our manager, and then we select our name, and there we have a join between our two sheets. So a nice feature of this cross-database join is that Tableau has assigned different colors to each data source. This is quite nice and useful, as we can now trace back where a particular field comes from, and if there's a problem with this field in the future, we can track it back quite easily. So I mentioned before that we can connect to multiple data sources, so if we add another Excel data source, in this case descriptions of what different management types do, we will see it appear in the connections window, and it has a unique color, in this case a light green. And we can bring in our role descriptions here, and again we can do another join. In this case it's picked up the automatic join on role, which is what we want it to do, and we can now see that we have our three data sources and they all have their own unique color. Now if we go back to the worksheet, we can see none of this at the worksheet level. Tableau has now taken care of all the joins for us, and we can see all of the different fields, dimensions and measures that we have available to us. And we can start building our views in the usual way, including creating calculated fields. In this case we're going to do our name/department, and we can use fields from both of these two different data sources, the staff and the department's data sources. So we do name plus department. And now we can bring this in as we would normally. And there we can see we've used two different dimensions fields from two different data sources and combined them in one calculated field. So all of the difficulty in joining the different tables is now hidden from the user, and they can focus on creating wonderful views in Tableau. I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at cross-database joins. Please like and subscribe for more Tableau videos.